prevention program. So a former NBA basketball player was honored in Bridgeport today for teaching young people the value of leadership. Walter Luckett Jr., who's from Bridgeport, was singled out during a ceremony at Bassick High School. Senator Richard Blumenthal and Mayor Joe Ganim praised him for a youth development program he created, which introduces kids to different academic disciplines. Luckett works with the Books to Basketball program to teach young people that sports are cool, but academics rule.
Education is paramount. Education is a game for life. And what we want to do is apply our educational models so that our kids can qualify to go to any school they desire because they've been practicing the SATs and the remedial programming that we have in place.
What Walter Luckett and Books for Basketball do for young people in Bridgeport is so inspiring.
Luckett said the youth violence prevention program, supported by State Representative Andre Baker, helps kids stay on the right track.
Ladies and gentlemen, please know that you are in the midst of greatness. There are wonderful, wonderful people here today.
As Bassick principal, I couldn't be prouder to host today's event. Julimar Ortiz is a picture of what a Bassick education can do for our kids. We look forward to seeing all of our students have similar success going forward.
It's Julimar Ortiz Day at Bassick High School, and I just came with all kinds of dignitaries to celebrate her day, and I hope everyone at Bassick will emulate all of the good things that Julimar has done and be as successful as she's been.
We try to develop future leaders. And when you think about Julimar, she is a true leader. She's done a lot of community service. When you think about Shirley Chisholm's quote as saying, "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living in this world." Julimar is truly one that has lived that example. She's a model of consistency, and we want to promote our young people. We want them to continue to do well.
Look to the people that you admire, that have set good examples for themselves, take their advice and their guidance, apply it to yourselves, and go on and do great things. That's what we need, that's what we expect, that's what we want, that's what we hope for everyone here at Bassick.
Young people need to see that it's not about where you live, it's not about what you've done in your past, it's about what you're doing now. And it's about persevering, that no matter what's going on in your life, just keep moving forward.
Knowing her for so many years, she's always positive, and she brings some positive things for our student here.
She never forgot where she came from. She still invested and cares about the kids. She still cares about the community. That's what makes her so special.
The work continues, and our students deserve the best. And thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Luckett for the support and all the work they've done for us.
I can honestly say that I would not be here without this program. Walter put so much faith in me. It's just overwhelming to be here today.
That's my daughter. I'm proud of her. God bless her.
I interned for the ECHO program. I did a few internships. I did one with People's Bank. I did one with State Farm. Just opened so many doors for me, and it exposed me to things that I would have never been exposed to before. And I think that's the most important thing here.
I just want to say congratulations to Julimar. I'm really proud of you. And I hope one day I could become as successful as you. She inspired me to become an intern myself. And I've been working with the ECHO program since I started high school.
I am so proud, all of you, those familiar faces. It really touches my heart to come back here and see that you stuck with it.
So we've been very fortunate to have Bassick as a front line for education. We've been really investing in our education and youth development, and we've been getting great results.
It's always been a pleasure to work with Mr. Luckett. You know, when you first started talking with me about the ECHO program and what they would do, I said, wow.
I hope our young people took advantage of the exposure, and we want to also congratulate the city of Bridgeport.
My name is Charles Donald Clemens. I'm a 6th grade teacher at Hall School in Bridgeport and also head boys basketball coach at Warren Harding High School here in Bridgeport. The ultimate goal is to get my players in college, whether it's a 2-year school or a 4-year institution. Being here in Bridgeport, being a product of Bridgeport, I know the ins and outs of what it takes to become a student athlete on a collegiate level. And if I can do my part along with Walter Luckett and as well as a handful of other people here in our community to get 1, 2, 3, 4 players into a college university. And that sets the tone, that sets the initiative, and that starts to build a foundation for more kids to come to our program, ultimately go to a 4-year school, and come back and be a productive citizen here in Bridgeport.
We cannot care more about your success than you care about your success. What's the mean? The average. What's the median? The middle point and the mode. One that shows up most often. Let's talk about SAT scores.
This benefits the students tremendously. All week going to practice in school, we get up on a Saturday morning, have a nice breakfast here, and then come into a classroom where we're getting SAT tutoring. SAT tutoring goes from $150 to $200 an hour. Walter Luckett is providing this free of charge for my basketball team, and they're learning skills that otherwise they wouldn't get, and I'm in debt to Walter Luckett and his foundation.
Hi, I'm Craig Lanzoni from Linear Learning Company, and I want to thank the Walter Luckett Foundation for making it possible to bring SAT to the team of basketball players at Harding High School. Our objective is to make scholar athletes into scholar athletes. Slightly different, but the purpose is to make these kids ready, willing, and able to not only succeed on the basketball court, but to succeed in the classroom and in life as well. Our beginning point, therefore, is going to be to push SAT scores to the point where these kids stand out, not just as great athletes and great kids, but as scholars, as academic powerhouses that any college campus would welcome to come aboard and be part of their team. That's one less thing we have to worry about. I say, great. We are taking a bunch of guys who have less time than everybody else to study. They have less time than everybody else to socialize. They have less time than anybody else to get involved in extracurricular activities. And yet, we are going to hold them responsible for not only going to practice and representing our school, but also for achieving academic success. So when you throw these numbers at them, they go, whoa, this is great. I have a student athlete. When you throw these numbers at them, they begin to say, okay, we need this kid to sign on the dotted line. We're going to start sending out contracts. We want these students to commit to us. Plus 3y or negative 3y? Negative 3y equals negative 6.
I think it comes to the root of Bridgeport. Walter Luckett is a product of Bridgeport. He wants to give back to the kids in Bridgeport, whether it's Harding, Bassett, Central. Luckett went to Kobe Cathedral. What matters to him is getting 1 or 2 kids out of Bridgeport, see what a campus looks like, coming back, telling their friends, telling their family members, and that starts the trend, that starts the cycle of kids going to institutions. I think this is a win-win situation.
Here's the challenge we face. Harding High School's average, and we'll just look at average math SAT scores. For Harding High School, 316. The state average is 510. The city of Bridgeport, 360. Here's where I want our team to be. 475 minimum, and I want to push them right up to 540. If we can get them there, we're in a place where they're better than the national average, better than the state average, and recruiters and college admissions folks look at these guys and they say, hey, I don't just have an athlete, I've got a scholar athlete. I've got a kid who can get the work done and who's ready, willing, and able to make a difference on our campus. Again, thank you to the Walter Luckett Foundation for making this possible, because without their help, we'd be in a different place. You want to do one more before you gotta go? Yes, sir. All right.
It was good? Great. It was great. We're going to do good on the SAT.
Yeah, we want to take it as serious as possible. Thank you very much.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Raffaello Taylor Center to let the Walter Luckett Jr. Foundation introduce them to the Little Scientists group for bringing STEM to Bridgeport. We think it's essential for our young people to start early to learn all the things they can about science because it is the way of the future.
With funding from the Luckett Foundation, the Little Scientists worked together and they learned about what makes a ball bounce, and they made their own bouncing balls, and some of our scientists got to make them in different colors, and they got their booklets to take home, and they're going to share that with their parents, and then they're going to bring it back next week. If they do the experiment on the back, then they get a prize. This is a great place, and we are really glad to be here and work with these wonderful children and staff.
I made a ball. We made a ball and it was cool. We made balls. We put these in there. We got paper, and if we do our paperwork at the back, we get prizes tomorrow.
I think they're happy with what they did. Their lab coats look good. Community center looks good.
On behalf of the Walter E. Luckett Jr. Foundation, we would like to thank the Raffaello Taylor Community Center and Little Scientists for their partnership in offering STEM programming for the young students here at the Raffaello Taylor Community Center. The enthusiasm of the young people just proves the importance of bringing science to young people at a very early age when they are able to really embrace the technology and understand the importance of it as they progress in life. So thank you so very much to the Raffaello Taylor Community Center, Little Scientists, to Dr. Heidi, and to Tara Cherry, who were really the individuals who brought forth the concept of offering Little Scientists.
So this is a wonderful partnership. We plan to make this program grow, and we want to thank Raffaello Taylor Center and also our foundation for this wonderful opportunity. Well, today, this is our 10th year celebration for the Echo Summer League that we have statewide. We're in Norwalk, Stratford, and in Bridgeport. And we're celebrating our 10th year, but we were really honored to have Armin Hill, who is the assistant coach for the Los Angeles Clippers, who also previously was the coach of the Boston Celtics championships with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. I'm honored to know this man because he's grown so much. He took time out of his busy schedule because he's on his way to Princeton to share with you his journey and also what it takes to be an NBA player, but also what it takes to be a student athlete in college and also a good student in high school. He has a wonderful message. I want your undivided attention. I want you to give him a round of applause. His name is Armin Hill.
Today was special because Walter invited me to come talk to the group. They all talk about the same things as far as the core values. And it was something that I believed in, and so it was easy for me to come and talk to the kids about competing on the basketball court and competing in the classroom. And so that's what I'm about, and that's what my message was today.
In the back of my mind, I always thought, what if they took the ball away from me? What happens if they take the ball away? What do I have to fall back on? It all comes from here, and it all comes from here. And so I decided to take that challenge to go to a school like Princeton so I could have something to fall back on. What if I got injured? What if the coach says he didn't like me? Or what if I didn't play good enough? What did I have to fall back on? And it was always my education.
Being part of one of the top 5 teams in the world, he's sharing what they do on a day-to-day basis to be successful and what the kids need to be successful. So to hear it firsthand, I think was pretty special for our kids.
In order to be good, you must have your fundamentals. And that's dribbling, passing, and shooting. Coach knows that you should work on that every day. You should work on it 3 times a day. Don't just think that you can come in the court and play and be good. It's not going to happen. You got to put the work in, you got to work hard at it, but you got to work on the fundamentals and the little things in order to be good.
Hopefully they'll take away from what I was trying to stress upon them, that it's okay to strive to be somebody. And but whatever you have to do, you got to put the work in. And you can't have success without work. And hopefully they took some of those messages and they'll run with it.
All right, good. One dribble shot. Boom. Okay. Okay. shoot. Okay, now one dribble to the left. Shot. Boom. Two dribbles to the right. Go. 1, 2. Good.
The most important thing is that his message about being a Princeton graduate, the importance of education and athletics, and that you should use education as a backup. So I thought that was a great message for our kids.
When I come down the court and you're running in and I throw it to you, shoot it. Yeah, shoot it. All right, guard me. Okay? If I'm going to make this guy believe I'm a shooter, I'm going to show him a shot. If you watch Paul Pierce, he shows the shot up there like this, and then he comes and makes his move there. So don't be lazy on your move. Show me a real shot. Go. Good, nice, not bad. If I want to get away, I pump fake, boom, and I take a quick step, and I get here. Pump fake, boom, two dribbles. Get to the baseline, good.
Did an awesome job talking about his days in Brooklyn, his road to Princeton University, and talking about what it takes to be an NBA player today. And the kids really ate it up. They loved it. They, you can hear a pin drop. And it was really great having him here today.
Show it. Good. Very nice. Good. Last one. Hopefully they'll take it upon themselves that when they go home or during the summer, or when the school year begins, they remember some of the things that Walter's been trying to teach them. And every now and then a speaker comes through to try to relay a message. So hopefully it'll benefit them maybe tomorrow, maybe another year from now.
What we're doing right now, which is wonderful, we have a 10 core value system, and we always believe that if you implement those 10 core values on a day-to-day basis with our kids, that you'll see a change in our kids and a change in the culture. Okay, but we also reward those who are outstanding with employment. We have a Perfect 10 internship program where we have pre-employment training through the school year. And those who do well and are recommended by our teachers and our community leaders, we place them with jobs. And we have 22 business partners that we work with, and what they do is they hire our kids based on their results of the training. So I think that's wonderful. We reward our kids for learning, training, and doing well in the school, and they're prepared for this global market that's out here. So that's special, and that's growing. So collectively, we're trying to add remedial with the athletics, and hopefully we come out with future leaders.
Dr. Leroy Williams, retired administrator from the city of New Haven, spent 38 years in New Haven as an administrator, most of it as a principal. Ended my career at Hill House High School for 3 years, but I spent 17 years at Roberto Clemente. While at Roberto Clemente, Walter talked to me about a program he was doing called ECHOS. It worked very good. I looked at it, did the research on it. It was a program that looked at the total child. So we brought that program into Clemente. It was very successful, both after school, in school. Basically, the teachers included their curriculum into their everyday thing, getting kids to be more realistic, planning goals, not just thinking about sports as not just a program. We looked at more the social development aspect of it, along with the academic piece. So the teachers loved it. It taught the kids the core values of ECHOS. And so it was a very good program that I hadn't worked at with the middle school. But now, as I retire, I realize it's for all kids. All kids need to get a feeling of ECHOS, have setting goals, having a plan, having a backup plan, knowing how hard it is to work. Things are not just going to happen. You got to stay on the road. You got to work hard. And that's what our kids need to understand. It takes time to be successful in whatever you're going to be it a basketball player, a doctor, a lawyer, a school teacher. Whatever you do takes time. And ECHOS has those core values that teach you how to put together your time, how to manage your time, how to make sure you're having fun and having some enjoyment stuff, taking care of your family and friends, but also doing the work that's necessary to be successful in life.
I'm honored to be a part of this growing process, but also I'm proud to be a part of the Justice Education Center out of West Hartford. I have a wonderful staff who supports me. Sherry Haller is our executive director. Ron Shack is our evaluator. And we have a close-knit team along with my wife, who's our project manager. And what we try to do is set up a model that's going to support the state's goal, because they're one of our major funders. So what we try to do is just model what we need for our kids. And I think that our program and our staff is trying to do that. So I just want to make it clear that the Justice Education Center is the pioneer, and it's been 10 years ago that they allowed this to happen.
Our kids need a program like this that teach them the whole value of growing up and maturing as an adult. And so it's just exciting to be involved in ECHO, the commitment that the Luckett family has along with his foundation to give back. That's another thing our kids need to understand, the importance of giving back. It's good to be successful, but you have to give something back. Everyone needs to give something back because all of us got to where we are because someone labored for us, be it your mother, your father, a school teacher, your minister, someone spent time, with you to get you to the next level. And we need to do that.
Congratulations to Echo on the 10-year anniversary. Thank you, Mr. Luckett, Sherry Halloran. We love you guys. Thank you very much.
So it was a great celebration for Echo, but it's also a great celebration for our kids making a commitment for this whole summer, being dedicated and working with Mr. Lofton, Coach Lofton, and a lot of the other coaches that we have statewide. So I think it's a great tribute to have somebody come through and talk to our kids and treat Bridgeport in a way that Bridgeport needs to be treated because our kids do a lot of great things, and this is one of the rewards.
I played against Walter 45 years ago. When I saw him in Orlando, we struck up a conversation and we revisited all the things that he was doing, and so he invited me to come here and talk, and so I'm keeping my word. I told him I'd come.
I think it definitely will inspire him. I think it will inspire him to see that they can do these things too. That, he came from the same type of background that they came from, same type of environment that they came from. So this definitely was a good inspirational day for them.
Today was a great day. We had a wonderful presentation for Michael J. White. The kids were really excited about him because he's current today, he's relevant in the movie industry. And he pretty much talked about career development and also confidence, self-esteem, and believing in your vision. So it was a home run. We really appreciated his time. He spent almost 2 hours here at the school. The kids were really excited. It was a lot of energy. And we want to give thanks to President Henry Ronda. He really made it happen.
I think my life changed because somebody came out and they spent their time and told me something that I needed to know, which was that you can come from here and you can prosper. I'm speaking to the kids and kind of a hometown guy coming back home. When I was in high school, there was a really dynamic speaker came to my high school and it kind of planted a seed, and it made me say, if he could do it, I could do it. That's what I hope the kids say when they see me. If it's deep within you to be in the entertainment industry, that's when you should do. You should do something that really moves you. I'm from here. I'm somebody who's really prospered from growing up in Bridgeport. So I hope they connect that, see that their world is a lot bigger than people might have them believe.
There was a lot of excitement. I think they were more excited about the star from Hollywood and the idea that he came from Bridgeport. He talked about coming from the same neighborhood and really having confidence in finding himself.
Like, Walter Luckett was like the first celebrity from Bridgeport that I knew when I was a kid. It's a trip because I've become a kid again because I remember the first time I heard the name Walter Luckett. He was such a hero making it to the NBA. And that meant a lot to the people of Bridgeport. I was one of those kids that heard his name and it connected Bridgeport to something bigger. And to be here, coming full circle, that's pretty poetic. It's great to see that he's still a leader and he's still a hero. Personally, for that kid who grew up here, it was great for me to encounter him again today.
We've got an incredible talent, Michael J. White from Bridgeport, Connecticut, who's here to share with the students he wants to talk about opportunity and what it means to have passion for what it is that you decide to do with your career choices, and how you can really overcome obstacles no matter how heavy they are to be able to fly high. ECHO program benefits anyone who participates because it gives them exposure. Part of the reason that you go to school isn't just so that you can learn, the rudiments, it's so that you can gain exposure to the potential, to the possibilities that are out there.
I mean, this is a very impressive program. These are like very exceptional kids. I think they're on their way. Well, I'm just full of pride that something like this exists. So, kudos to them. I want to encourage them to come back and teach others once they've made it out.
Just very grateful to Valita and to Walter for continuing this program. I know that this is their passion and that their heart is in the right place, and that no matter what, year after year after year, you can count on them to be able to give back to our kids.
Kobe High School is a wonderful institution. We really believe in our young people, and we have a 100% graduation rate, and it's truly an honor to work with these young people. I think their vocation in life is very promising.
Today we're working with Walter Luckett here at Basic High School to give a presentation to the kids.
We're going to talk a little bit about ourselves, where we come from, give a little background about what Unilever is, what we do with BU. For me, I grew up in a similar neighborhood, and just having people kind of come in and take their time out and show me different outlets, I thought was very helpful for me. So I really like going out and showing that there's other outlets for you to be successful.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Luckett and Unilever Corporation for supporting our school and coming out to share with our seniors different aspects of the business world, different aspects of life. The main things that we teach them to have a resilience, never to give up, to work together, to keep a sense of community and know who they are and identify with where they come from. We have a great group of students here at Basic High School, and we surely appreciate all the support you give us.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you here this morning. For about 25 years, you have been coming to Bridgeport Public Schools and partnering with our high schools. And even back in the day when I was an elementary teacher, you have come to carry our school and supplied us with some of your products. And you've given us college tours on your campus. Some of our 8th graders have come to your place of employment and tour your facilities. Thank you very much for coming.
Well, I'm actually from Bridgeport. I graduated from Central High Schools. During my time there, we always volunteer and gave back to the kids. That's always been my drive and my passion. So show these kids that someone from their neighborhood, they can do whatever they want to do and wherever their dreams are to go out and achieve it.
I think it's important for kids to have people to look up to, people that are embodying a lot of the values that they see in their parents or in the people that they look up to, and to actually make that connection that we're here, we're available to answer questions or to inspire them in any way.
Being able to see faces of people who actually have done things in their career, who are still striving. People think about Black History Month, they think about people who have passed. Well, we're here, we're present, we're alive, and they need to know that, they need to see it.
Once again, Walter Luckett and Unilever hits a home run. They were excellent. The presenters were awesome. I just want to thank Unilever and all their presenters.
And we'd just like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation to Basic High School. We've been connected with Basic High School for over 20 years now. Also, our staff, which is out of West Hartford, the Justice Education Center under the leadership of Sherry Haller. She has been a staunch supporter of Basic High School as well as our ECHO programming, which is in 6 cities now. And we serve over 3,000 students. So thank you to Unilever, and most important, thank you to the City of Bridgeport and the Basic High School and our students.